Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, but you already knew that because I told you when you was listening, because that's what you do when someone speaks. Manners are cool. In this video, we are going to be talking about my Moira products. So I have just a few things from Moira, but I really wanted to talk about these and I really wanted to play with them. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Moira Believe the Hype Superhyped Liquid Pigment Collection. And what a perfectly named collection, Superhyped, okay? It looks like this. I have the entire vault, all 24 shades, okay? Now, what I mean when I say perfectly named for being called Superhyped is this is definitely one of those products that went viral on the TikToks. Now, I don't have TikToks, okay? Because me and the technologies, we just to be jiving. But on Moira's website, they do have a tab that displays all the things that are considered viral. And when I bought this, it was a YouTube made me buy it. My hall twin, Candace Victoria, here on YouTube. She don't know me. She don't know I'm saying this, so it is what it is, but she is my hall twin. She loves a good vault, a good collection, a good set, okay? And when I saw her video on it, I was like, you know what? I love liquid pigments and liquid shadows and creams and such and paints. So let me see about this. I went back and forth about it and decided to finally pick these up, and I've had them for a few months. And what I have found is that we call things viral, but I don't necessarily think that we get the whole story. So I don't know how to word this without sounding kind of like snarky, but the viral shades are always the light shades, okay? It's gonna be the shades like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. What do these also all have in common? They're shimmers, they're the glitters, they're the sparkly, shiny shades, okay? Look at the rest of this collection. We have matte shades, cream shades, pastel shades, deep shades and neutral shades, but primary colors and things like that. And what I realized after having these and needing a little bit of reference, some examples of other people using them, maybe some problems that they've come across, see if I'm having the same issues as them, is that it's mostly just the viral shades. And if you do find someone using the other shades, the cream shades or the solid shades, it's just like kind of a one-off thing. That's all fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a person like me and Candace Victoria who have bought the entire vault because it is available to the public to buy, it's not just something that's sent to YouTubers, you're gonna want to use all the colors, no? Because if you don't, then why would you buy the vault, you know? So I have tested these on and off, and I have found a few common, well, not common, but I've found a few issues that for me would give me pause if someone else was asking, like if a newbie was asking, should I get this entire collection? So let's talk about it. Like I said, it seems to be that the light shades are all viral, okay? No one's really talking about the red, the dark blue, the black, the browns, the deep purple. No one's really talking about that. But these colors, you know, the champagnes, the shimmers, because they're sparkly. Now again, a lot of the times when people are displaying them, sometimes they're using filters, but mostly they're just using these light shades as toppers and whatnot. That's great. Now we know they work as toppers. But as far as using these as bases, using them alone, using them together, using them with powders, using them on top of powders, using them before powders, using them as liner, using them as lip products, or maybe a blush, you can use them however you want to. They're liquid pigments. That's where there needs to be some more, talking about them and displaying and showing that there is a definite learning curve to these. So these liquid pigments are basically liquid shadows, okay? So you can use them however your little heart desires. But with liquid shadows comes a few questions. Like one, how does it play with different eyeshadow bases? How does it play with drier lids, lids with lines? Hooded lids? How does it play with liners? How does it play in the waterline? How does it play, mixed together? What's the dry down like? What's the manipulation like? What kind of brushes do you have to use? All those things came into play and came to my mind while I was playing with these. So a side note, a cute thing about them is my son and I play eyeshadow pickup. He loves this thing. This is a toy for him. He dumps them all out and he puts them back in. My son is in the counting stage. So now he's pointing and he's trying to count to everything. It's adorable. I love it. But before he was playing with it today, I'd actually had these kind of, not exactly in like color order that the way that I like them, but on the top I had all the shades that I enjoy. The middle were all the shimmers, because all the shimmers are good. We can just do a spoiler alert there. All the shimmers are good. And then at the bottom I had all the shades that I wasn't so keen on. So I'll show them to you right now. Also, I don't have the names of these because while playing with my son, they had tiny, super hard to get off little stickers. Somehow, every time we was playing with it, my son would walk around chewing. And I'm like, what is in your mouth? That's my life. Just constantly asking my son, what are you eating? What are you eating? And it's never the things I want him to eat. But anyways, neither here nor there. Somehow he was getting all the stickers off and he was chewing on them. And I was like, no, you're not choking today. Okay. So I took all the stickers off. I don't know the names. If you really need to know, there will be videos on every single shade coming soon, so you'll learn the names then, okay? But I like the nude natural shades, okay? So let me go ahead quickly and just put these in the order that I put them in order, so you can see the things that I do like and the things that I don't like, okay? So I have a decent amount of pros to this, but I honestly can say there are more cons to this formula than there are pros. Now, that does depend on how you use them, what your intent is for these products. And if you can figure out how they best fit into your collection, it's not a terrible thing to have. I don't regret this purchase. I think it was a good purchase for the kind of makeup wearer that I am. But it's not something that I would just jump to say yes to a newbie buying. At least not the entirety of the collection. So at the top, oh wait, something's wrong. Oh, yeah. There we go. So at the top, you'll see I have all the like natural shades, okay? I got this bright blue and the red, okay? I have those there, these two, because for being super vibrant colors, they work pretty well. And they show up very nicely, very vibrant, and they're just more fun to use than the shades down here. These shades here, I love. I love them because not only can I use them on my eyes, I can use them on my lips, but they also look really nice on the eye. Meaning when I blend them out, the skin doesn't look crepey or tight, or it doesn't tug and it doesn't like gather in certain places. I don't have to put on a ton of layers to get coverage, okay? The shimmers are all great. The shimmers save this collection, and I'll tell you why. Because these are very tricky. These are more pastel. Now I say that all with the context of having a golden brown undertone is olive. So I have a golden brown skin tone with my olive undertone, and on my skin, especially with a universal eyeshadow base or like a clear eyeshadow base, these are problematic. Specifically, these two shades, no ma'am. No ma'am. The yellow and the white are very difficult to use if the goal is to use them on their own. So I'm saying I put on an eyeshadow base and then I just want to use these as my eyeshadow. Let them dry, boom, walk out the door. These shades down here, this pastel Easter Dream, no. They're gonna need more manipulation. They're gonna need more finishing. They're gonna need bells and whistles and all of the things. And that's where the shimmers come in. The shimmers will fix the mattes. So for instance, if I want to do like a snowy look, you know, a little sister winter, and I want to wear just like white eyeshadow, I can do that. It might look crazy because I definitely do have to put more than one layer on. You kind of want that base layer on to just kind of set it down, because over manipulating it causes it to gather and to skip, look crepey, look dry, things like that. So you have to put on another layer, but you have to make sure that that first layer is completely dry, else you will pull or you'll like disturb what you've already laid down. It's a whole hassle. It's a whole mind game of what is the right brush to use with these. But if you get sick of all of that and it's like, I got this white eyeshadow on my eyeball, what do I do to fix it? One of the light shimmers. Now this one is like a duochrome, flips like green and gold and a little bit pink. But this champagne one would work. Even this one would work. Put a shimmer on top and now you can't see all the boo-boos. You can't see the crepiness and the lines and the skipping and the gathering because of the shine, which is why the shiny shades are the viral shades. Because even if the formula is faulty, and I'm not necessarily saying that it is, but even if the formula was faulty, you can fix it with the shimmers, okay? Now up here, these shades work very well. They're really great bases. And oddly enough, just about, not all of them, but just about every shade looks really good on the lower lash line. Or maybe that's just the way I look at it. I go, oh, that looks real good. I'm not sure. But these shades are my favorites to use. They're very beautiful. The black, you can't go wrong with the black, okay? It's a black base, right? These, this peachy shade, I love this peachy shade under my lash line. And just like as like a one eyeshadow, like nude but like bright. Oh, I love it. You are going to see videos on all these, I promise you guys. I'm going to be doing a dedicated, that's 24 videos to every shade, okay? Because not only do I just want to display the shades on my brown golden undertone or skin tone with an olive undertone. That's important because I give off a green hue. I have to neutralize a lot of my foundations so that they are golden brown, but also neutral, okay? I say that because it changes the way certain things look on my skin. And I have to take that into account when I'm wearing things like this, okay? But I not only want you to see how all of these shades look on my skin, but I want to show you the different ways you can use them as liners, as graphic liner, as abstract art, you know, things like that. So you will see a video, 24 videos. They might be short, but you're going to see them, okay? But these are like my favorites to use. This mauve purple is so beautiful. These shades work. They work and they work well, and they work with or without the shimmers. So my point is, specifically with these down here, if you're a person who buys just a few of these, what if you don't like shimmer and you only want matte shades? And then you get these bright colors thinking that they're gonna work, and you're like, this is not what I was expecting. And now you don't even have the shimmers to correct the look of these. Now, if you have a lighter skin tone, I feel like you can get away with these. You definitely could with minimal manipulation, and even if you had to over manipulate it, you probably wouldn't be able to see all the imperfections as easily as you would see them on brown skin, okay? Because brown skin is going to be a billboard for all the oopsies and the boo-boos, okay? But that's not to say that you cannot finesse it. It's just that it takes effort to finesse. And sometimes there are people who still want a product like this, but they want it to be easy. They want it to be fun. They don't want it to be work. They don't want to have to think super hard to get the look and then give up and be like, I'll just stick a shimmer on top of it. And the few looks that I did do, that was how I felt. I'm like, I mean, it's on my face. It's sort of blended, but it doesn't look finished. I didn't feel like I felt when I did this eyeshadow, which is none of these products, but when I finished, I was like, I'm finished. We can put on mascara, you know? Every time I use these, if it wasn't these, I was like, how do I make this look done? How do I put a period at the end of this, okay? So that's basically my review on this. For an intermediate to expert makeup level, I would say this is a good buy, especially if you're a person who wants to get a little bit artsy fartsy into your makeup looks. You want to get a little bit outside the box. This is a great place to start. These are pretty affordable. I will double check for you how much they are. I can't really remember off the top of my head, and I don't remember how much the vault was, but these are a really nice buy. And if you want some variety, this is a good place to start. And again, not only can you use these on your eyes, but I actually used some of these on my lips and they felt fine. Now, of course, they are not lipsticks, so I didn't get the plush feel. There was a little skippage. There was, you know, the need to put on lip balm because it's an eyeshadow, so it's supposed to dry down, so it was a bit tuggy. But then again, as a person who wants to play with with all the textures and do all the crazy looks and whatnot, that's okay for me. But if you're the kind of person who wants your makeup to be easy, this is not really a product that I would recommend you buy the entirety of. I would say pick some shades that you feel you would get some use out of and go from there. That is a little bit more expensive if you're buying, like, say 10 of these, but I would rather you have 10 that you actually want than 24 and you can only use a handful. That's not fun. So for me, although these give me pause and they're tricky, we're gonna use them, and we're gonna use some of them today. I'm gonna take all this off. We're gonna do it over, because that's what I'm gonna do that for you, for science, for humanity, right? Right. So yeah, that's my general review on this, but as I play and as I do videos on every single color, we will eventually get down to the nitty-gritty of which colors I think are the best and which colors I think are best left alone if you are new to this, to the makeups, okay? So that's the Superhyped liquid pigments. I have two more collections from, or two more items from Moira. One, I also have the Vault, but I'm only going to show you 5 shades of that, and the other I only have 3 of. So the one I have 3 of are the Diamond Days. Now, I feel like if you've been hip to the Moira train, you know about these. These were the first ones that had gone viral. But again, look at the shades that went viral. They're all the light shades, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I say that because there are more shades than just the light shades. So to get darker shades or a varying array of colors and to only be happy with the light shades, that will feel like a wasted purchase, right? But I have 3. I have Treasure Trove, which is a silver. I'm really into silver, platinum, gold, or gray. I'm really loving that right now, okay? So I got this one and I enjoy it. But then when I had bought the Vaults, I also picked up these 2. This one is in Buttercup, and it is this gorgeous dark brown. It's so beautiful. And then this one, Utopia. This is a red. And I've worn all of them, and there's still a learning curve to these as well, but these are kind of like toppers, or just, I think the entirety of this line is glittery, so there's a little bit less of the hubbaloo like you're gonna have with the liquids, with the matte shades. So these are a bit more forgiving, but there's still a learning curve. There's a bit of skippage, there's a bit of crepiness, gathering, pulling. Sometimes you can't get a even wash of it. They're tricky, okay? They're tricky. And then the last collection I have from them are the Everlust Shimmer Cream shadows, okay? So these are in like little pots. And again, I do have the entire vault, but I only opened 5 because, again, this is a new formula for me. I didn't want to open all of them knowing, or not knowing, if I was going to use them all. And how the hell did that happen? You got whipped. Are you whipped? Okay, they supposed to look like that. I don't know how the hell that happened. I haven't even used this shade. Well, anyways, we've got a white and a whipped up bronze. Girl, what happened to you? And then a olive. I love olive eyeshadow. Oh God, I love olive. And then a peach, like a peachy shade with a little bit of a shimmer running through. And then a silver. Okay, and there's my silver. So you will be seeing videos on all of these. They do have a learning curve, but like I said, it seems to me that the viral shades are the light shades. And because there are more than just the light shades being sold and hopefully being bought, I would like to see more on all the other shades. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay tuned for this series to be ongoing. Drop any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions you might have if you have tried this formula, if you want to try this formula. Different ways that you might want to see me use them, feel free to drop that down for me, guys. But I'm going to get started on the first 2 shades of the Superhyped liquid pigments, and I'll see you over there in the next video, okay? So it's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, which you already knew because there's an imaginary header above my head. You can see it. I knew you could. And I've had such a good time talking to you guys, but I'll see you in the next one, all right? Which should be pretty soon, okay? All right. Bye.